Just making sure we're lit. Does it look good, Aaron? You know, it's just kind of weird. Boots. It's kind of weird. We're in Philadelphia, and I'm talking. You're promoting this film, which is about anti-capitalism, but you're everywhere selling it.
You want to make some money here? Then read the script with the white boys.
People say I talk with the white boys anyway, so why ain't it helping me out?
Well, you don't talk white enough. I'm not talking about Will Smith's wife. I'm talking about the real deal, like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer. This is Langston from Regal View. I didn't catch you at the wrong time, did I?
Hey, this is Mike, and you're watching Real Black. And with us today is Boots Riley, the writer, director, creator of the new movie Sorry to Bother You. Those are nice kicks, man. And lime green, really? You're making that kind of money? Okay. Oh, and shoot. Okay. They actually say, well, you can't bend your foot the whole ankle way. It says sorry to bother you. That's dope. Supreme.
These are some company called Play, and you can print whatever you want on there. The thing that you were saying before, that even that this is a anti-capitalist film. I mean, I have a viewpoint on it, and it, so I don't know. I resist like creating some genre about what that's supposed to, how that's supposed to take place. I have a goal of what I want to do with my art, and that has to do with creating a movement in which the working class can engage in class struggle and create a system in which the people democratically control the wealth that we create with our labor. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it communism, socialism, whatever, anarcho-syndicalism. I don't care. You call it cupcakes. It doesn't matter to me. But the point is this. Even Marx sold books because the point is not to create some alternative distribution system under this same system. We can't go out in the woods and create our own little things, and because that's actually helping capitalism, because then you got the people that want something different going out and like hiding from the actual fight that has to happen. And in the end, I mean, that's really more of just a punk thing as opposed to an actual viable political tactic. But it's more of a political tactic that's meant to fit a punk aesthetic that already existed, separate from that political tactic. And what ends up happening though with a lot of those things, independent labels, independent this or that, and even like the independent bookstore or whatever, unless it's an actual collective, they end up they're baby capitalists. They're not necessarily better, because I mean, I put it like this: I would rather have a locally brewed beer, because often that tastes way better, but not because it's morally superior,
Right, but I'm reminded seeing your film of I don't know if you saw Richard Pryor on Bill Boggs, where he talks about the entertainment industry being sort of like a cesspool.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah. probably afraid of that, because then people don't hate each other, and people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people. People that get to become executives become like the people that were already executives.
I don't know, maybe.
They go in with good intentions, but it eats them up. It's like a cesspool, you know. It just gets on you and it
The
starts
system
eating.
levels them.
No matter what your intentions are, once you jump into that machine, it will eat you up. So you're $5 million in.
We're all in the machine already. That's the thing that maybe he didn't understand. So we're all in the machine, and there's just different parts of it. There's different working gears, and you know, what do you do? Do you want to talk to a few people, or you want to talk to a lot of people? And the question is, when you're talking to them, what is the goal with that? What I try to put forward in this film, one of the things, because it doesn't just try to put forward one thing, and it also is not a film that just has a goal. It is something trying to reflect on existence, which is kind of what art does to a certain extent. But one of my ideas that are in there is the idea that if we are trying to make movements that change our surroundings, change our reality, then we have to correctly analyze what our where we are, where we sit in the economic system that we're in, and what is our actual function. Because figuring that out allows us to figure out what our leverage is with power. And we produce wealth, whether we're producing products or commodities or not. We're in some form delivering the commodity, or distributing it, or even service work or whatever. It's creating a profit, and our power comes from our ability to withhold our labor and not do that. But it doesn't come from the ability to withhold it individually. There's no power in that at all. There's only power in being able to collectively do it.
Well, that's certainly clear in the film, and no one would accuse Boots Riley of compromising his artistic integrity just to get a movie made. I think what's unique about this movie is it's definitely rings true of your voice, very consistent with all the work that you've done. You come out of the hip-hop world, late 90s, we saw a huge range of diversity within the artistic expression, identity, blackness. It was black culture on wax. Now, we're 2018, so we're 30 years later. I can't do any math. Now we're starting to see filmmakers coming out of the hip-hop world and telling stories. And there seems right now in 2018 to be a very diverse range. So my question is, in terms of jumping into this movie machine, what are the compromises between reaching the audience that you want to reach with your vision and your voice, and just the risk of, this has got to open in 800 theaters. You got to be in 50 cities in 2 weeks.
I didn't have to deal with that because I wrote this when there was no investors. I wrote, the first draft and many other versions of it or whatever, ramp-ups of it or whatever, before we even had producers on. So anybody that jumped on board, they knew what they were getting into. It's like the same reason why no record labels have tried to get us to compromise what we're doing, because we're already doing what we're doing. If you're getting on the cool train, you already know what's up. You're not being like, hey, what y'all do is good, but if you just have a chorus like this, we can get you played like 50 Cent. Nobody's thinking that. They're only, jumping on board for what we already do. This film was so out there already that nobody could say, wow, this is almost like this other movie that sold all these things. So if you just take this out, we got it. You know, people were like, okay, this is something swinging for the fences, and it's something we never seen before. You're the, which because it's something I never seen before, then I'm the expert on it. You know, and you know, besides that, you know, I went to the Sundance Labs and got all these people that are masters of their craft, and some of them are really loving it. Most of them were. Some of them were hating it, and they were like, they're all, and then they're even among the people that loved it and among the people that didn't like it. I mean, nobody, one woman hated it, but some people kind of were just iffy about it in general. And I'm getting all kinds of contradictory notes and ideas and suggestions, and I sat there and realized these are the ones that are supposed to know what they're doing, and nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Like, we're all just
Put a pin right there. No, that's the thing. I wish more people, and you're from the Bay, right? So you got Digital Underground, Midnight Voices, you know, E40, The Coup, all these people, diverse range, but nobody knows until you put it out there what's cool or not. Mm-hmm. So this is one of the coolest movies you're going to see in 2018 or until infinity, to quote Souls
and
of Mission.
beyond, to quote Pixar.
And shout out and your DJ. I'm sorry she didn't get a chance to experience this ride with you, but
Yeah.
just want to put that up there.
Yeah. Pam the Funkstress, R.I.P. I'm Boots Riley, the writer and director of Sorry to Bother You. You're watching Real Black. Or is it Real Black? Or is it Real Black? I don't know. It's up to you to decide.
Who would win in the Afro contest? You or Questlove?
Right now, Questlove. Right this second. You know, it's it's always in flux. It's nothing is
Who rocked
static.
it first? Who wore it best?
I mean, I think I've won at various times in history.
And you guys were together last night. It was just way too much fro for one room last night.
Yeah, it was 2 fros for the price of 1, which was free, so that tells you what the price is.
And Sorry to Bother You in theaters now.